Alright, listen up because what I'm about to share with you is the single most powerful, most underutilized strategy for boosting your VA disability rating. If you get one thing right in this entire bootcamp, make it this. This is a concept that separates the frustrating 30% rating from a life-changing boost to a 70, 90, or even 100% rating. We're talking about secondary conditions. Forgetting about secondary is the number one mistake I see the veterans make. It's a tragedy. They fight like hell for years to get their back pain service connected. They finally get a 10% or 20% rating, and they think that's the end of the road. No, not at all. That's the beachhead. The primary condition is your foothold on the beach. The secondaries are how you win the war. So what exactly is a secondary condition? Let me define it clearly. A secondary condition is any illness or injury that was approximately caused or aggravated by an already service-connected condition. Aggravated is a key word there. Maybe you already had an issue, but your service-connected disability made it significantly worse. That counts. Think of it like a domino effect. Your service-connected injury is the first domino. The VA pushes it over and says, yes, we agree, this is service-connected. Our job is to meticulously line up all the other dominoes and show the VA's rater with clear evidence how that first domino created a chain reaction of health problems. Let's get specific. I want to show you some of the most potent and standard primary to secondary conditions. I want to see if any of these chain of events sound familiar. Let's start with the big one, PTSD. You got your PTSD service connected, fantastic. But let's trace the fallout. Because of the constant stress and the anxiety from your PTSD, you clench your jaw and grind your teeth at night. That's called bruxism, which leads to TMJ or chronic jaw pain. The hypervigilance and the stress hormones cause your stomach to produce acid constantly, leading to GERD or acid reflux. The nightmares and anxiety disrupt your central nervous system while you sleep, causing your airway to collapse and leading to obstructive sleep apnea. The constant tension in your neck and shoulders from being on edge triggers debilitating migraine headaches. Look at that, one primary condition, PTSD, just led to 4 potential high-value secondary claims. Each one of these gets its rating, which all gets combined using VA math to boost your overall rating significantly. Let's do another one. You have a bad knee or a back injury from the time in service. That's your primary, but because your back is messed up, you have a compressed nerve. Now you have shooting pain, numbness, or tingling going down your leg. That's a secondary claim for a radiculopathy. Because you're in chronic pain and can't do things you used to love, can't play with kids, can't go for a run, you become withdrawn and feel hopeless. That's a secondary claim for depression. Because you can't exercise like you used to, causes or worsens high blood pressure and even lead to type 2 diabetes. And because you favor your bad knee, you put an unnatural strain on the other knee on your hip, which now has pain and arthritis. That's another secondary claim for limitation of motion in the other joint. How about tinnitus, that constant ringing in your ears? You got it raised to 10%, but that's maddening, non-stop noise causing you to have migraines. It makes you anxious and irritable, leading to a diagnosis of anxiety disorder. It keeps you up at night, causing insomnia. All are valid secondary claims. Are you seeing the power of this? We're building on a tree of conditions with the service-connected disability as a trunk. Each secondary is a new branch that adds to the whole. But here's your new strategy, your mission plan for this lesson. Go get your worksheet. Pull out the brainstorming worksheet and the top 50 common claims chart. Have them side by side. Analyze each primary. Go down your list of primary conditions, the ones you believe are directly related to your time in service. For each one, ask the critical question. What else is wrong with me because of this? And don't forget to use a chart. Now, this is super important. If you don't know what the conditions could be secondary to your primary issue, look up my top 50 secondary conditions chart to help you fill in the worksheet. Or you can go into any AI tool and ask what your secondary conditions are to your primary. If you have a back injury, scan that chart for things like radiculopathy, depression, or hypertension. Use the chart to give you ideas and connect the dots between what you're expecting and what the VA recognizes. Think cause and effect. Don't just look for random symptoms. Think like a doctor for a minute. How would one problem realistically cause another? Pain causes depression. Pain limits mobility, causing weight gain. Stress causes acid reflux. This logical link is what the VA looks for. They refer to it as a nexus. Map it out. On your worksheet, next to each primary condition, start writing down the potential secondaries it causes or made worse. Draw arrows if you have to. Create your own claims tree. The mission right now is to become the architect of your claim. You need to map out these connections to tell the VA the full story of how your service has impacted your health. This is how you're going to go from being underrated to getting your full ratings that you deserve. Get the worksheet out and start connecting the dots. I'll see you in the next lesson where we discuss how to prove these connections.